Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss walk through this fortress CTF. It says hack this machine and reclaim the fortress from the evil overload. Blah blah blah. And the difficulty is rated as hard. It was quite insane actually. So I have already started my machine and then there's a little description. This CTF box contains CTF based challenge blah, blah, and pull this off without reading through the story. The good bit The good part is that I haven't actually read that description earlier. Let's read it. So, the good part is that the story is not related to the hints, and you can pull this off without reading the through the story. Okay, that's why I think I skip this part. So, into hacking, feel free to do so. And the format of the story is divided into three chapters. Blah blah blah. Okay. Uh, Without reading all this, I'll just read this above part and. But I think this one is a hint, some sort last but not least, if you feel lost inside the maze, just believe that you are inside the fortress, fully controlled by the evil overlord. If you, I won't believe everything I see. Okay. Remember, the things are not always how they look like, upside down. Okay. I didn't encounter anything like that, but I'll just read the above and no answer needed. So we are going to the second part, and I have already started this machine, so I'm going to refresh maybe. Okay, so welcome chief and all that. So it says something. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to anyhow copy this one and then welcome chief. The fortress has been undertaken by the so-called overlords. The other clans have blah blah blah. So the story goes so, and no offense, but I'm going to keep this video to minimal. So there's an IP address, and then he's asking us to set these to our etc host file, so you can do it like this. So if you copy this one like this and then I didn't actually use this one actually, you need it in a later stage. So anyway, let's do it. Sudo nano etc host and you can provide your password and probably delete the old IP address and then go here and then paste it here like so, and then you can save this one and exit, and now you're good to go. So these are gonna help you inside the process fortress, but once you get in there you're gonna be on your own. I will pray for you chief, said the pilot. Okay, so I think the clients have created their forces and all that, so we have to go through the fortress. So what's in the user flag? Okay, escalate your privileges. What's in the root flag? We have to directly go inside. So anyway, then I have already run the, you know what, I've already not CD, sorry. I have already run the Nmap scan here. So the Nmap scan would basically be Nmap. So and so I will scan for all ports if I were you. So and port knocking, and it took a hell lot of time to finish this scan. So you see, and we got port 22 open first and then nothing else. So means SSH is here, and all the ports are jumbled up and down. So anyway, so I'm going to get to the saved output of my earlier Nmap scan. So what we can see here is we have port 22 open and then some blah 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 about this one, and then there's port 5581 open, says FTP. So an anonymous FTP login is allowed inside that. So and there's some more information about that and reading on. So then again TCP 5752 is open and 7331 is also open, which is the HTTP port. So if you're looking for a port 80 to for an website, you won't get it here. So I'll just stop this scan and clear this one up, and then we can try FTP and go to our port here 5581, which is the FTP port, and anonymous. I'll type anonymous and no password, and we logged in successfully. And I will use LSLA to see what are the things that we have here, and then there's get, you can get these files. Then there's another file called .file, so which is extraordinary, not extraordinary like out of the ordinary. So let's get that one as well. Like now I'm going to get this one. This is the command to get a file from FTP. Actually, like download, it's the same as download. So and before that, no, it's okay. I'll just get it here. Get dot file, and it transferred successfully. And I'm going to get again the mark.txt file also. Okay, I got it as well. So quickly I'm going to exit this FTP one now, because I don't think there's anything else much that we can do here. So that's it, and now we can see what this mark.txt is. Can't I see this? Mark.txt. Okay, I'll just paste it over here. Cool. So if you're reading this, then you know you too have been marked by the overloads. Help memkdir home vkftp. Okay, there's some folder, and I have been stuck inside this prison for days. No light. Okay, no escape, just darkness. Some text is saying something, and help home vk and ftp. Okay, so maybe where we got this was from the user vk, and the folder was probably ftp. So nothing much to get from there, I think. So let's see what we have in this dot file. Before that, then you can see what type of a file this file is, and it says byte compiled. It's a Python 2.7 and byte compiled file. So to decompress this one, you need a program called uncompile2. So what you need to do is, like, you can get this one, and then you can git clone this one, and then paste this one here, and then it will download the files that are necessary. And then you can simply go to uncompile folder, and when you see what are the scripts and all that we have here, you can see that there's a setup.python. So you can simply use sudo python setup.python install, and it will compile some stuff, and then you can see if there are any errors and all that. So they are none. So now you can like use before that you need to go back. Yeah, so now you can use uncompile 2 on this one, which will give you the source code of the file. uh, so before that, if you like try to like view what kind of a file this is using, like this, so it shows some sort of stuff like so here, but you can't actually read this. You're not supposed to read this. So because I don't know, I don't understand this language anyway. So like you can simply uncompile to .env file, and it will show you the source code of the file. So according to this, so we can simply set this one up to a Python file. So I will save this into file.py maybe. Cool. So now what it shows is like you can simply see. So there's some imports happening, and then there's a library called crypto util number and all that, and there's a username and a long value and another variable here, and there's a port 5752, which is this one. So the previous one was this FTP port, and this is where it should be hosted, I think. So this is where the calls are happening. And then define there's a function called secret and all that. So I'm not going to go much in detail into these for Python functions and all that. So yeah, I'll just go back here. Right. So here we have like a username and then a password which is sent using the connection here. So and before that it's converted into bytes too long. So meaning bytes too long is happening, and then the username, and then if it is equal to username, which is this. So after this conversions happen inside the code, and if these two values in these variables are equal, so then we will get a connection. So otherwise the authentication will fail. So what we can do for this one is I had already used the decode one, so you don't need this one actually. I just tried to this. You don't need these libraries anyway. Like you can simply use this one. So what it happens here is, so there's a username, and then you can get any username and password, and then the code says print bytes too long as the username. So what will happen is the same thing here. So we are going to see what this function part does. So what I can do is Python 2, using this one I'm going to use decode.python, and it gets us some values like so. So these values are relatively equal to these names and the password here. So meaning two words are hidden inside this one as well. So what we can do is like we can like swap these two. Like we can say not bytes to long, we can say simply long to bytes, and then if you go to encode.python here, so this one says like the username should be without this username here. So this username would be this value which was here, and then the password was the value that was here. So these were pasted directly here, and then the, if you can notice, like the long to bytes, and this was bytes to long, this has been reversed as well. So now we can python and encode.py when you write that one as and when you run this one you will get the hidden words inside these two variables. So we get two values, 1030 XOR, and then we're gonna give you up and all that. So anyway, so what we can do now is we need to know what now we know the password and the username which was encoded here, and now we need to know what the port is like. Though the port is 5752. So what we can do simply is like use encode and 57, like if you can remember this one, doesn't this go up? Yeah, I cleared this one, right? Cool. So anyway, like I can use netcat, and then I can use this port to 57 58. So anyway, like if I go up, no, I won't find the IP address there. So my IP address would be like something like this. So and I will be like if I go to fortress.txt and see here, we have this TCP port open here. So this is why I'm going to get this one. And chapter 1 it says call for help, and okay, cool. So what we can do is it's asking for a username, and I'm going to give this username here, and looks like it's working. So and it worked. So and we got another string, a value called temple of your sins maybe. So basically that must be what it's talking about. So anyway, so I'm going to open another tab and drag this on here. So if anyone can remember what the IP address was, like IP address was this, and then if you can remember, there was an HTTP port open here 7331, and I'm going to paste this one here, and then let's simply go and see what we have here. Yeah, it works anyway. So there's that, and since we have this one, I couldn't do that earlier, so I'm going to split this one up real quick. Yeah, so I'm going to run a go buster on this one as well. So what we can do here is like sorry, too many HTTPs, right? Yeah, so we can first this one like so using the common password list. So while that is happening, like we already have something here, so I'm going to use this one and try out this. Okay, so since it's not working, like you can simply use PHP for this and we get a page. So what we can do is like can simply view the page source and it says Navidya. Maybe we just need to connect the dots. Says a command, a comment. So and some part of this method get part is like a placeholder password, username password. So this is like commented out. So what we can do is like where there's PHP, there's what do you call that? Where there's PHP, there's HTML. So what we can do is we can go to HTML and then see what happens. Cool. So we are getting someone and then I can use admin and I will try. Okay, and we can see that the username and admin pass. So the values are shown in clear text, which means there's another vulnerability over there. So cool. So I'm going to view the page source of this one as well. So it says another thing. Okay, so PHP require private PHP and all that. So get pass, and there were some you can't cross the temple, go away, and all those things. That ain't gonna work. All right, so there's another PHP code here, which was also commented out. So we can see that there's a SHA1 uh, with if SHA1 is equal to this SHA1 test2, and this is where it got a bit tricky. So what you can find over here is there's a proof of concept called SHA1 Collison. So if you go through this one and then go through like Google a bit and all that, then you will find this code. So I will leave a link for this one as well. So I'm going to quickly copy this code here. So this line basically says where to find this Python variable. So let's like leave it out for now, and then okay. So we have some they have found some files like assets and so. So if you try to go through these assets, there's nothing. So I don't think there will be anything at all. So I'm going to get a nano and then this is probably of I'm going to like connection.py then. and then I'm going to get this one as this is a copy paste from his creator, no different. Yeah, so it says it's a copy paste from hex editor and two different files with the same SHA1 checksum and all that. So cool. So there should be some stuff that we need to edit. Yeah, so and we can go over here. Then we also have to edit this host file. Simply copy this one and then get the host here. So and I will save this one and quit here. And then I can simply run Python connection.python and it sends something. So the guards are in a fight with each other. Quickly retrieve the key and leave the temple. MOTD for John or something like that. So there's a text file here. So we can like curl this one out. Be lazy enough to simply go and paste it over here and see what the hell is it. Yeah, it says the temple guards won't betray us and fear their foolishness that will take them someday, and we are presented with GP key. Open SSH key is here, so meaning we can simply nano IDRS. So the user should be hardy. So I'm going to IDRSA and I'm going to save this one here. And using that, we can like go here and then yeah, it's not accessible because hardy.idrs is not the file that I am looking for. So here we will encounter another error, so saying that the permissions are not set yet, so we need to change the permissions to 600, so anyone else from the group won't be able to write or read into this one. So now what we can do is simply SSH using this one. Alright, so as usual, my tunnel is giving me a hell of a time. So I'm going to do is quickly refresh or something, and now we should be good. And why we are not working? This is because I have to edit my IP address. Yes, you can always use the old IP address from your old machine. So cool. So once you are in, so we can see that none of the commands that used to work inside a normal Linux machine will be working. So meaning restricted, and to escape this restriction, uh, we can do simply two or three things. But so we can do anything here because it's already restricted, and this restriction is done. You see that profile file. So what we can do is we can simply uh, go back here and then use this one without the profile file. So what we can do here is yeah, cool, that the thing. So we can say no profile, and then without this profile, what we are trying to do is we are going to get bash. So we can simply send this as parameters maybe. So I'm going to try to connect again, and it's already connected, but because we don't have this we have this no profile command, we won't see anything. So what I'm going to do now is like I'm going to get this Python command, and which will import another new terminal. I'm going to be logged in. So if I see my ID now, I can still see that the user bin is not included in the path environment variable. So there's that then. So ID is not available there. So meaning it's pretty much we have to go from the basics. So we have to import, not import, like we have to export path as well. So if you try to see what we have here, echo path. So you need the dollar mark for this echo path, and we can see that we can run only anything which is from home and hardy. So what we can see here is we can't even see what are the files here. So we need this one. So going back to our normal Kali machine, I am going to echo my path. So it says some stuff about this one. So I'm going to simply copy this one and export this one into uh, our victim machine. So it will give a new path variable to this one. Now if I try to echo their path and read that one, now the both are the same. So now we should be able to run ls and all that. So cool. So what we can see is that we have a profile, and then we have a .ssh file. So this ssh should be the same that we use to get inside this one. So there's no use in that, but actually like I tried to escalate privileges using this ssh file as well. So spend some hours on that one as well because I was just stupid. So and then can go back and cd, and here we have some, if you can remember VK, who was crying about some FTP and being stuck in somewhere. So anyway, there's J4XN, so we can go to this guy's J4XN's folder, and then see what we have here. There's a bash history, and the bash history is sent to the infinite black hole of Linux dev null. So and there's something called endgame. So let's try to see endgame.cat. Cat using what this it is. Bah. You are late, my boy. I have already patched everything. There's nothing you can exploit to gain root. Accept your defeat once and for all. I shall let you live alive. Okay. So there's another one called user.text. Okay, cool. So yeah, already here inside user.text. But I think I have. Okay, I have someone as maybe root or jfoxn. Okay, cool. Let's try to like see what are the SUID bits we have here. So SUID bit says J4XN no password and can bin. User hardly run the following commands on Fortress. J4XN no password dot bincat. Okay, so I can run bincat here. Cool. Another cool thing about this. Oh, then what we can do here is sudo. I can switch the user using utab, and then this j4xn here, and then I can use bin and then cat and now I can use user dot not get actually text. Let's see. Yeah, I got the file or the flag now, so I'm going to simply paste it. It's not so exciting once you do it for a second time, So we need to escalate our privileges. What's in the flag.root.text file? Cool. So what we can do now is simply say like we have the SSH for this user JSON or something. JSON, yeah, maybe JSON. So endgame didn't say anything. So cool. So what we can do now is I'm going to cd into .ssh file, and now if I see what are the things that we have here, there's an ID RSA, of course. So I'm going to simply start a Python 3 module called simple HTTP server. HTTP server be this one. I'm now serving an HTTP port on whatever. So okay, I need to add another hour, but I don't think that would be necessary because I will be escalating the privileges soon, I think. Yeah. So anyway, to move laterally within this network or this machine, we have to get their ID RSA as well. So what I am going to do now is use wget and HTTP. I don't think this HTTP would be necessary, but why take chances? So I'm going to use port 8000 and then ID RSA. And if I can tunnel this one into another file called JSON, JSON ID RSA, maybe. Okay, the file was not found, it says. There should be an ID RSA, yes. Maybe because we don't have enough file permissions here. There's no file. Okay, here we go again from the beginning as usual. So I'm going to copy this one and then I'm going to paste this one again, and then I'm going to cd into J4. No, not J4. Like I'm going to see what we have here. Okay, we don't have that one because I have to export the bloody path again. So path here, and then I'm going to copy this one and then paste this one here, and then see ls and cj. Okay, it's jumping here and there, so I can simply copy this one and then paste one, and then I'm going to see what we have here. So again, lsla will tell us that we do not have okay .ssh. This is where I need to see whether we have the permissions. Okay, read write permissions only, and that is also I think not to us. Yes, but I can remember that I certainly remember that even I can't remember what I did yesterday, so I should have made the video yesterday as well. So this user can JSON, you can use cat, and using cat I'm going to read this SSH file like so. Cool thing, right? So I'm going to do this, and ID underscore RSA would be this. Cool. So we read it anyway, even if we didn't have any other permission. Okay, so I'm going to copy this selection, and then without using wget and all that crap, I can simply nano and then RD maybe RSA. Oh, there's another hard yes. Yeah, I already logged in using Hardy. What we need now is JSON, right? Yeah. I was like, what the hell, man? Yeah. Okay. So, and then I'm going to save this one and then close this one, and once and for all, what we can do is uh, you can SSH simply using J4XN, right? J4X0 at to the, yeah, here we have it. So what we have got here is the copy the selection, and I'm going to paste it here, and then the port was, did I give the port here? I can't even remember that I gave the port. No, I didn't give the port, but I have to give the like JSON, right? Yeah, JSON's IDRSA file, and now it's asking for a password because there are too many privileges here, so permissions actually. So what I can do is you can simply chmod 600 JSON's file, and then I can try again, and then we will be good to go. Yeah, we are good to go now. There's endgame and there's user.text and all that. So what we can do is go back a bit and then see cdvk. Okay, now we have a proper terminal, I think. So there's a backdoor and an FTP. Okay, so the backdoor should take I don't want to go there, like can simply do it. Yeah. Secret.txt, there's a secret.txt inside this one, so I'm going to recat that one as well, like backdoor secret.txt, all the temple of your sins. All right, so what it basically says is all this data is already what we processed. So I see for curiosity I couldn't do it yesterday, so I'm going to do it now. So I need to read this backdoor.python file as well to see whether we did the things correctly. Okay, yeah, what we got is already here as a comment. Cool. It was actually pretty cool to see. So anyway, not LKS, I'm going to see LSLA, and we have a backdoor and an FTP, and it is created already by root. All right, so FTP, if you go to ls and FTP, there's a file called marked by. So I can like try to read this one as well. If you're reading this, help me vk mkdir home vkftp have we. So it says to run this command all the time. I couldn't run it yesterday. Like I like try to maybe not mmkdir mkdir. There's already a FTP, right? Meaning can go to cd root and then see what we have here. So there's a file called data, folder called data, and then that also says lsla endgame and user.text, which cannot be. So how is that? I need to see where I am right now. I am still inside home. Yeah, what I didn't do was I didn't cd. I think I just ls into that one. There's a file called data here, and my present working directory is root now. Yeah, so now I will go to data. I was like bewildered for a while. Okay, so we have some files here. Okay, so j4x and not root node.txt. Okay, this is an interesting find. So I'm going to see what this is. Okay, well done. You did this work without any help, without any hints. You get a real great job in that case. I am definitely sure that you have learned new things from this all challenge box, showdown, blah 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 blah. Okay, me after you took control of the fortress, to be honest, we insanely been furious for this. Do we have a flag here? Well, may the Lord save us all. Okay, there's nothing much to get then. Alright, so there's an exploit.c, it's a cron tab. So, okay, normally let's, as normal people, let's try to see what are the files that the std bit is set here. User bin 80. I don't think I have seen that anywhere. So let's wait for this one to run and then see. And okay, user bin 80, and also there's an file called bin 80. So I'm going to view the strings of this one. Right, so we get some stuff over here. Root shell initiated, exploiting kernel at super Illuminati speeds, blah blah blah, all that crap. And what we can do now is like okay, good. So I'm going to see what we have here again. Okay, root node JForce X grub config file is also here, like and there's a setup.sh as well with read, write, and reading executive permissions. So many permissions is here as SSH. Okay, we will go to SSH folder. Okay, we don't get anything else, right? Okay, I'm going to go back. And what do we have here? JSON not. Okay, the same note again. Okay, so we might be able to see what we have here, like cron exploit.c. I'm going to get that run as well. Executing root and other house types try hard. I like even did this one as well. So what the thing is, it won't get you anywhere as well. So what you can do here is you can like see what we have in the setup.sh, and voila, we have the root flag, I think, because sudo bash ch password, finally changing the root password to root flag. Okay, root was earlier 123. So if you try to go there and let's try sudo su. Okay, not the password. I like simply say maybe 123 before this one. Authentication failure, yes. What if we submit this one? Okay, again authentication failure. Restart the machine, login as used root user, pop-up root 123, blah blah blah. So many things. Right. So we can go up here. VK. So this is like the script that was used to create the whole machine and all that. So can't guess it in zillion years. CH password. It's changing the password all the time. Okay, so VK mark.txt. Some files have been created. Okay, sudo echo. This is the user dot text, and then there's again root at root.txt. This is should be our root password. So we can do is yes. The answer was correct. So I'm not satisfied this one. So final thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the room. Okay, so let's complete it for now. And congratulations. Know that. So if you haven't subscribed yet and all that, I don't want to force you into this one. So this was a tough one. Yeah. So cool. We'll see you in another one. And not so early. So if you remember that I had already run this SUID bit, and then I wanted to open this one, and then when you view into the strings of this one, and then you can see optbt has some system libraries being called, right? So files libc so6 and all that. So I'm going to locate this file where it is libfoo. I haven't let's find this one. No such file or directory. Okay, but these should usually reside inside cd lib files. So we have a foo.so file here. All right. Okay, so I need to go here, not fcd like cd, go to here, and then let's try to locate this like foo.ss. So no, even if you try to find this one here, it's not present. So maybe we should go to users like. Okay, there's a lot now. Do we have here? Yes, there's the extraordinary stupid bit here, like foo.so is here, and it has so many permissions, and it can be run by j40xn, and the rest is for root. So meaning that we can do something here, because we can write this one. And now cd data. Here we had a file called exploit.c. If we can like simply exploit it, c can there are a secret function and all that. Hope you had fun reading this code, all that. Okay, so now what if we run this one? I can't remember the gcc codes as well. Gcc exploit c, and output will be exploit maybe. Yeah, the fucking permission is denied. So we can temp and then exploit. Okay, so we have to go back to temp, right? Yeah, temp and chmod plus x into exploit, and then I will try to run exploit. executing root script, changing cards, storing root shell, blah blah. Oh, snap, try hard. Okay, so not anime nano. Use a library, live foo. What is so? Has been bash inside this one, right? Okay, so what we can do here is I'll create a new file. Before that, I need to get that one as a cat data. Cat and data, and then there's exploit.c. Okay, so what we have is you can exploit this one and then secret function. Okay, I'm going to get these two libraries here. Cat nano and xpl.c. Sorry, HBC. So yeah, I'm going to get this one and let's create a function called foo and let's see, set uid should be 0. This is an active exploit actually, so set guid and it should also be 0, and then the system call will come up with saying bin bash, bin and then bash. All right, so needs to edit, so that's how it should go down, I think. Cool, so let's save this exploit.c and then gcc and expl.c and output would be e. Okay, set guid expected. Okay, that was intense. Yeah, we have to like even this is not Python, so this is C, so we have to end everything that we start. So every line has to be stopped. So we are getting a system error. Okay, what is the error that we are getting? So meaning that we haven't had a library. I think implicit declaration. I think we need to export. My cat is coming towards me. I don't know why. Okay, I think it's a visiting time now for the rounds it's taking throughout the house. So yeah, the routine checks. So she's looking here and there. Like anyway, okay, just try to talk to her some sense into her, like by using the cat language and all that, include. And what I'm going to do now is uninstall.d. So I can like standard libraries which will bring up the usual, like how do you call that? Yeah, you have to say that the usual shared system libraries, and this is a shared library exploit, as you can read in Google. So if I can remember correctly now, this should work. Okay, it doesn't work as supposed to. I see. So this GCC should not work like that. So this GCC has to be compiled using the shared library, and then the shared library should be opened like lib foo.so, and then you can use fpic, and then expl.c will be here. Okay, I'm getting the bloody implications. Oh, function declaration set 0 is 0. This way I'm getting this wrong, right? So what we can do here, I don't think like, wait a minute, like say setting the UID here and then setting the GID, not GUID. That was for something else. Mumble. Now this should work perfectly. So that has to work now perfectly now. Like we can what can we do now? So we have this exploit.c here, and we can like do it. Alright, so there's an exploit.c as well. So I'm going to view what my exploit.c looks like now. Okay, it looks okay. So I need to see what are the files that we have here. Exploit.c system private. Okay. What if we like okay, it's not working like that. I don't think that we will be able to like this is a, I haven't done that anyway, like .c, that is not going to work. Yes, because you can't run stuff like that. So what I can do now is DCC chart and like FSO has to go. Wait a minute, we have a live foo SSH here because okay, we have a live foo here. Okay, cool. Alright, so what you can do here now is maybe since this is working so like so what we can do now is like there's that can remember. Okay, I'll just okay, this is not going to happen like this. So when I viewed the SUID bit there, okay, this is easier if I like we have the command. So we had BT OPT BT here, so it was the one that was asking for that live pool. So what if we try to run that one now? Error while loading shared libraries, whose library foo.so file is too short. So meaning we should like exit this one. Okay, so what I can do now is cat exploit.c. Okay, I'm going to copy this one now, and then I'm going to copy this selection, and then what I can do is nano here, and exploit.c would be here, and then I'm going to paste this one and next, and then we can because it should be the same as when we use that what do you call that path variable. Maybe stuff are missing from that. Okay, cool. Can simply fire up another Python 3 module and HTTP server here. So wget, and then I'm going to use .10 not 10 9 .178.43 is to 8000 and live foo rotate. So here, let's see if we can. Okay, it's not installed. We can't install anything using sudo because we do not have that one like now, because we are going to get. And now if we can use the output flag and then use the same name like foo.so, so maybe it will get overwritten. Like, yeah, it got like that. So now if we like try to go to opt and bt, there's nothing. So I will go to opt, and now if we try to run bt, now what will happen? Again, it's saying that while loading shared libraries, user live foo file is too short. lstmp. I'm going to remove this one, live test, so will be removed. ls. Okay, we need to remove that one from temporary folder, right? Yes, that happens. And I see. Yeah, we shouldn't do that one like this. So where we need to get that one is at not at temporary folder, but we need to go back to cd user library. That's where we need to upload that shit. Yeah, because we have the right permission, we can like simply curl into it and override that one. But we can't create new files. That's the thing. Cool. Yeah, if you try to read this one, it will not show us the file that we already read, but instead that file with bin bash only. So no such file or user. Yeah, okay. User library now live foo. Okay, I'm going to use this curl command again. Alright, cool. So if I try to like opt and nvd, okay, exploiting it, super terminal speeds, getting root and sudo details. Cool. We think we got root. Sambasha. So anyway, who am I is root. Who am I is root. Yes. So think that covers it. That should have been like not so clear with that last part, but the thing is we did it anyway. Yeah, cool. So until next time then. Adios.